The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all of your friends. It is Wednesday night. It's a couple hairs past 10 p.m. and you are tuning in, hopefully with folks that you love and care about, to the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. Welcome to this special, brand new episode of The Black Files.
Hello, everyone. Once again, we're here. Once again, we're together. Once again, we can get to see you.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. It's Wednesday night, November 23rd, literally the night before Thanksgiving.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. May all your loved ones be there for you. And may everyone okay, who am I kidding? I'm torn up. I'm gonna be like this almost the whole night. I apologize in advance, folks. My name is Juan Arauz. I'm one of the heads of the Ravens Flock. I am the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who makes all the wibbly wobbly go timey-wimey. I'm the guy who works behind the cameras. I'm the guy who helps run the machinery with the gadgetry and gizmos and the arcane eldritch technology, which is composed of metal and lithium and boron somewhere. Somebody's got freaking boron gas in their computers. And I'm the eldritch 21st century alchemist that helps make this shit run. Joining me tonight are, of course, the usual suspects, the other two heads of the team. First off, let's go ahead and say hello to the host of Los Amigos Play, the living id of the Ravens Flock, a man with a million opinions and zero apologies for any one of them, a man who is not afraid to offend so long as he speaks his mind, Mr. Angel Mendez. Give it up for Angel Mendez, everyone.
Hello, friends, pals, boys and gals. It's good to once again be here before you. And regardless of the usually dire circumstances the normal episode of the Black Files brings, it is a pleasure, a joy to be with you, and I hope that your Thanksgivings are as joyful and fruitful as I hope that mine will too be.
We appreciate that, Angel. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the sentiment that you're sharing here with all our folks. And of course, let us not forget the man with the plan, the man who started it all, the host of our flagship program, The Ravens Flock, the founder of our team and our YouTube channel, the content manager, executive producer of the channel, and the host of Wrestle Rewind. Give it up for Jose Casabona.
Oh, my
Thank you very much, Juancho, and don't you ever forget to pronounce my last name correctly. And
don't try to
yes,
steal my shtick.
No, I'm not. I'm taking. No. It's not stealing. It's taking it and adding a spin to it.
Don't try to spin.
It's not your stick. It's our stick now.
All right. Spinning aside, yes, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with once again our awesome audience watching. I'm happy to be here with my compatriots, Juan Arauz and Angel Mendez, and. Yes, I did give Juan the okay to use alchemy as part of our production. You know, as long as he doesn't do human transmutation, we're fine.
What do you think? Where do you think Leo de Oliveira went?
That explains it. No. That explains it. We needed the raw materials, and he had to be good for something.
Oh my goodness! All right. So much like all our other shows on this.
He's the only member of our team who has ever been fired from the Ravens Flock, and he will always fired.
He'll always be fired.
I'm trying to come up with old gags, or rather.
No. It's okay. It's okay. Let me go ahead and take care of the thing here. Yeah, so much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock and Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer them during the duration that we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you too can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all of the special perks that comes with our membership service. Juan, tell them.
Well, folks, so I do see some inner flockers in the chat tonight. Everyone who's in inner flocker, go ahead and show off those wonderful custom emojis made by yours truly. We also give you access to members first and members only content, a merch discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and I'll go ahead and also post the link in the chat as well. So bada bing, bada boom, here it is. There's our Teespring store. We're going to throw some new stuff together in the future very soon, hopefully in time for the holidays. And you also get to be part of shaping the future of this channel by being part of the discussion. We appreciate all your input. We appreciate every single one of you folks for joining us here. And there's no two bones about it. There's no dilly-dallying around the topic anymore. We got to talk about it. The passing of a childhood hero, the passing of a legend, the untimely and tragic ending of Jason David Frank, a world-class martial artist, an actor, and a stunt performer, most notably known for playing the character of Tommy Oliver in the Power Rangers franchise. He started off as the original Green Ranger, the sixth member of the team, the Dark Horse, as it were, who then evolved into the White Ranger. From there, everyone became the Zeo Power Rangers, in which case he became the leader of the team as Zeo Ranger 5 Red. From there, they shifted things into high gear, and they shifted into Turbo. And that's when they took over the franchise as Power Rangers Turbo, in which he was the Red Turbo Ranger and the first leader of the team. And after a long time, he came back as a mainstay for the series in Power Rangers Dino Thunder as his character again, this time as a doctor of paleontology. So that shows where Tommy Oliver went in his life, but that also showed that he still had a little bit of fight in him and became the Black Dino Ranger.
Hilariously, his role as the Black Ranger in Dino Thunder was originally called Dr. Edward Payne, just in case they couldn't get him back for the role. Not much was actually changed from the switch, and it ended up causing a couple of discrepancies that require hasty script rewriting.
It was literally just it's interesting because that's one of those nice little fun factoids about like the canon stories for everyone over here, and for the tale, especially Tommy Oliver, who's the only character in the Power Rangers franchise to have, rather from the main team of the actual Rangers, to have recurring roles. We had a couple of other characters pop in and out. A couple of other actors came in and out for different times. And we even had 2 comic relief characters come back in recent years. Bulk and Skull. They came back.
Yeah. The boys. Always reliable, no matter where or what.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like I remember seeing Bulk and Skull. Like the latest most recent I've seen him was in Power Rangers Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to the script, it was the original Bulk and his nephew, but it's just the same actors.
Actually, no. It was the original Bulk and his and Skull's son. Yeah, and like the series finale for Power Rangers Samurai or Super Samurai had Skull, who had apparently made it big as a musician of some kind, or some sort of wealthy something or other, and he came to pick up his son. Like, oh hey, Uncle Bulk, I'm gonna miss hanging out with you. You're like, yeah, you look after your dad for me. And they had a hilariously bad reunion of them bonking their heads and stags and pratfalling, all while Skull is riding in a stretch limo.
Nothing ever changes.
Yeah,
the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yep. Which
Absolutely.
It's nice and it's sweet and it's cool. It's like, they weren't bad kids. They just needed a little direction. I think I remember commenting on that a while ago of how Bulk and Skull had the most oddball, screwy, weird sort of character growth and character development. Before I go on to that any further, I want to say hi to the folks in the chat. I see our mod squad in there. I see Nikki Bella. Hi there, Nikki. I see Kurisi Rando-san. Planet Q's Queen's been out for a little while, working in the Sack Kings arena for concerts and games. Holy shit. I'm glad you're back. Let me see here. Yeah, real life comes first, unfortunately. But let's see. Shamanistic Unicorn Tam. Tam, thank you so much for joining us here. And that's everyone that's in the chat for the moment. Here's hoping that folks, if you guys wanted to reminisce on the good times of, I was actually going to get to that on about Bulk and Skull Planet Q. You're more than welcome to join us here in the chat, folks. Same goes if there's anyone watching on the Twitch stream, which I doubt, but still. This has not been an easy week for 90s kids, like late 80s, early 90s kids like ourselves.
Yeah, most
as
definitely.
As you know, in the previous episode, we had to hold a brief vigil as we mourned the loss of yet another amazing character in the land of pop culture, the one and the only Mr. Kevin Conroy. And we were genuinely hoping that 2022 would genuinely end without further tragedy, but it looks like the year was not quite done with us, was it?
Angel, you actually beat me to the punch because that's what I was going to mention. One of the things one of the reasons why it's so impactful to us, it's the timing of all of it, because we're like, only a week and a half removed from mourning the loss of Kevin Conroy. And then this happened like the night, like days before Thanksgiving and like before the end of 2022.
Yeah. And the night before Thanksgiving, it happened like a day ago, but still. God damn it. This was really the worst goddamn case scenario we wanted at this point, wasn't it?
And the madness of it all was that the madness of it all was that the way that he died was something that we were all extremely concerned about and worried about, and no one wanted to believe it. I was doing fact checking because I found out again. One of the first people to tell me is a sweetheart to me, crazy kind of cosplay.
Wait a minute! I thought I was the first person to tell you. I learned about it like earlier in the morning.
No, she sent me the thing on there, and then she's like, "Oh God, like we lost a legend today," and I was like, "No, that's not true." Then your message came up, Jose, and I was.
Yeah, it was insane. Like when I first learned about it, like Sunday morning, like I was scrambling. Like I was like, no way, this can't be real. This can't be real. Because at the time I was only getting the news from one source, and that's not enough. So I waited, and as hours later, more information, more news is starting to pop up as to what happened. And then that's when I saw you, Juan. You walked up to me, and you were in all sorts of emotions.
Yeah, there's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding it. And I want to let folks know I'm going to, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be likely crying like a goddamn baby at some point here. And it's not like I'm going to be trying to either, because I've always prided myself on keeping professional, or at least keeping it's sort of part of the thing that I do for part of the team. Like Angel is the wild card, Jose is the mastermind or whatever, but they're both more chaotic than I am, or at least in terms of like where we all align on the spectrum or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but like I try to keep like, okay, I'm the one who's dignified, I'm the one who's going to be like the one in the suit and tie kind of guy, whatever. How do you beat the squares? You dress like them. That was the idea of the Blues Brothers, right? How do you beat the fuzz?
It was, as they say, hip to be square.
Exactly. So, I don't fucking know. Like, even though I'm probably the most psychotic out of the three of us, I know I'm definitely the most self-loathing, but that's beside the point. Point is,
no. We each have our own different level of psychoticness.
Speak for yourself. I'm fucking perfect.
Spoken like a true narcissist.
Perfection! Alas, the one thing that was not perfect is the fact that it's not just tragic that we lost Mr. Frank. It's the fact that we lost him, of all things, to what appears to be alleged suicide. Not all the detail has come out, but as far as there has been revealed to us, it appears that while the man certainly loved to put on a brave, strong face for the fans, because, let's not lie here, Jason loved the role. He loved his fans. His own personal life has been going through some bumps. We don't know the specifics, but we know that his second wife filed for divorce in 2022. As of what has been revealed, it appears that in November 19, 2022, shortly before the event, he had a serious argument with his strangled wife at the hotel where they were staying.
With his soon-to-be ex-wife.
Yeah, they were staying in separate rooms. For what the report states, they got into at least 2 verbal arguments, and he locked himself in the room. Around 5 p.m., she phoned the police because she was concerned for his well-being. And after they failed to contact him, hotel staff broke in the room, and unfortunately, that's where he was found. The specific method of death has not been specified. I'm not going to delve into that. This is already tragic enough. But
actually, the way the way it happened was discovered, and it was also broken. Of all places, goddamn TMZ. You believe that?
They're useful for something, after all.
Well, no, like they're the ones who broke it to begin with. So I'm sharing. I'm going to share some resources over here. Paige Vaughn is just the sweetest person. She's part of the mod squad over on Popcorn Planet. She shared these resources over here for us, and I'm going ahead and I'm sharing it back, spreading the word, spreading it out for any sort of help that people may need in terms of suicide prevention. Or any sort of crisis hotline. If you need any sort of assistance, folks, don't try to hide it. Call *988. The way you would dial 911. Instead of that, you just dial pound 988, and that's where someone will help talk to you. There's always a way. There's always a way. And he was found in his shower. Hanged.
Damn.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't know the entire situation. The man wasn't one to deliver his personal life out there, but it seemed that he was clearly going through some shit, and it seems that the shit got a little too much for the man. There's something fundamentally tragic about suicide that you will never actually know when it happens. Even with all the support in the world, sometimes a person might simply just choose to give up, and clearly whatever support he was getting was not enough. Needless to say, the news received a massive amount of support from his friends and colleagues back from Power Rangers, and he's working other jobs. I particularly feel bad for Johnny Young Bosch. The man had to take a break from social media after the death of his blood brother, and now it looks like he's lost another one. There's no denying that Jason loved the role. Jason was one with the actual role himself. The fact that the man barely did any stunt double and how much he loved the particular job he did is, well, to put it simply, he embraced the trope. He will always be known as the Green Ranger. Sure, occasionally the white or the red one, but he loved it. If you looked at his Facebook page, it looks like a fan page for the character. He loved the role so much that he made custom green and white Ranger suits to wear at conventions. In fact, if I may inject a small moment of levity in this tragic situation,
please,
as you know,
he had Angel, please. We can use all the levity. We can use all of it that we can get. I mean, like,
go for it, man.
Yeah. As you know, the man had a career in the MMA when he went borderline undefeated for many years. There were many, many rumors of many cocky newbie challengers claiming that they would be the ones that would defeat the Green Ranger. And as you can say by his nearly unbroken run of victories, almost nobody stepped up to the plate. I can't remember exactly who said it, but I remember this quote like it was yesterday. One particular opponent who got his ass basically completely reamed on the arena, he said in a post-match interview, he could have at least morphed before he took me on.
Oh, man.
The disrespect. You got beat by before Tenshin Power Ranger.
Oh,
damn,
man.
bro.
That's what's up, though. That just shows you how tough Jason David Frank is. That just shows you how tough Tommy Oliver has always been. He doesn't need to morph in order to take you down.
This is the man that walked onto your robot, told you, nice grief, Ningen, and beat your ass inside your giant robot.
I believe his exact words were, all hail Empress Rita, and then decided to cast shade on you for 5 episodes straight.
Man, the
Five.
disrespect.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've never
of
seen
them.
somebody disrespect you for 5 episodes.
Exactly.
Damn, bro.
That's pretty awesome.
Like, and that's something that that kind of actually sticks with me in terms of like the story. Like, if anyone wanted to take a wider look, because every single iteration of the Power Rangers, every single team had their own dynamics. They had their own arc. Who was it? Andros in Power Rangers in Space. He was trying to save his sister who'd gone evil and bring her back and everything. We see her. What's her name? Astronema, right? We see her in that big super battle, the ultimate legendary battle. I think it was also a Super Samurai where she was a Pink Ranger.
That's right.
Yeah, that she'd actually turned from the dark.
No, that's
and
Lost Galaxy.
Back. Like every one of these characters, every one of them had their own arc. They had their own story. They had their own little role to fill, both in the contained arcs in the series and what you can see for the whole body of work on there. And it's so weird. It's so weird because
Juan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, Jose. Did I cut you off or something?
Oh no, I was just gonna make a minor correction.
Go
like
ahead.
she didn't appear again in Super Samurai.
Okay, where?
Oh, really?
Help me out.
She was in Lost Galaxy.
Okay, it was in Lost Galaxy when she turned from evil to good, and then she was in Super Samurai and part of the legendary battle.
Nope.
Who was it
It's
then?
in Space. Let me explain. I'll explain the timeline.
Help me.
All right. In Power Rangers in Space, she went from evil to good in the end of that series, and then in Lost Galaxy, the follow-up series after in Space, she returns and becomes the Pink Galaxy Ranger.
Joe, she was in the legendary battle because when she came in, because like every one of the Rangers that they could get into the show or whatever, the actors came up to the Super Samurai team and they're like, "We're here to fight by your side and take this army down." When they all put their helmets back on, she's like, "I love being a Ranger," and then she put her helmet back on. But before that, her face flashed. So like, "Oh hey, remember she was Astronema." Also,
I remember
Amy
now.
Goodhart is in the chat. Hello, Amy.
Hello, Amy.
Closet.
Hello, Amy. Thank you for joining us. All right, Juancho, I stand corrected. My bad.
It's okay.
Now I'm in the closet. Now I'm in the closet too.
Apparently, Amy is a big fan of my Jedi mullet, so
nice.
Here it is. I have it down for you. But
the force of his hair flicks.
Right. Oh man, but I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep focus.
No, that's fine. Feel free to wander in whatever railroad you want. Do not wallow in despair.
The tale of Tommy Oliver, when you look at him from the original Zordon arc here, from Mighty Morphin to his appearances all the way up to Dino Thunder, is Tommy Oliver, for all intents and purposes, was never meant to be a Power Ranger. He was just the new kid in Angel Grove, who just was doing he was trying to see where he fit in. He's also into martial arts and stuff, and they showed that he was equal to Jason, right? Austin St. John's character, right?
Yes. Also, he was meant to only voice a few episodes of the character when he started working on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but his character became so popular that he just became a permanent fixture. So no, it wasn't just a show thing. It was a thing in real life too.
Yeah, and as it turns out, in the initial auditioning, Jason David Frank had actually auditioned alongside Thuy Trang, who played Trini, the original Yellow Ranger. Oh. Apparently, the two of them were buddies. They were friends. And like, oh hey, I'm trying out for this show too. Hopefully one of us gets it, and they both end up getting it. Go fucking figure, but they're reunited. No. Because Thuy Trang, she tragically died in a car accident September 3rd, 2001. Yeah, that was odd. That was a odd bit. Also, Ida Think So in the chat. It's Jill S1. Hi there. She dropped a 2-pound super chat. Thank you for that.
Oh, goodness. Thank you kindly.
She said, hello, all.
Thank you very much for the 2-pound super chat.
Your generosity is much appreciated. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's Jill S1. Ida thinks so, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, Tommy Oliver, his character was never really meant to be a ranger. He was picked out because literally Rita Repulsa, there's only 17 episodes into the original series. She was so sick and tired of getting her ass handed to her by the Power Rangers week after week that she decided to find make a ranger of her own. She forged an unholy power coin or whatever and put her her evil and all that stuff in order to tap into the power of the morphin grid, right? I'm getting into Power Rangers lore here, folks.
No, this is great. Coming. She's gonna be doing some hacks or shit.
Mm-hmm. And she literally kidnaps Tommy, puts him under a spell, infuses in him all of her dark energy and her dark power and all that jazz, and boom shakalaka, he becomes the Green Ranger who wields the power of Godzilla. I mean,
no. You got it right the first time. Yeah. It's Godzilla.
Yeah, it was definitely Godzilla. It was so Godzilla.
Wait, no, we can't say it's Godzilla, but we can say it looks like Godzilla. Even so, we should still roll like it's Godzilla.
But it's not. Ah! Oh my god.
We're trying to find whatever levity we can. I hope no one tries to.
Oh, don't you worry. I got something good for you. Once we're done with this show, I got a little gift for you. A little something to douse the pain of this painful loss.
Here's hoping, brother. We could use some levity, and I know you're the man for it.
Oh, yes, because you see, I actually found out about this information. This is something that came out in the year 2018. And though it sadly real life didn't went that way, I feel like it's a fitting end for one of, if not, the greatest ranger that we'll ever see. I'll let you know when the episode is coming to an end. Oh, by the way, if I may throw a little more of levity in this case. Since I lived in Cuba, which normally doesn't lead to good stories, but this is more of a holy shit, how did this happen kind of thing. Since I lived in Cuba, obviously at one point or another, I was going to get my hands on Power Rangers. It was going to happen. It was inevitable. How so? Because Cuba works in a very, very strange movie schedule. They just kind of show movies on Sundays for children. Sometimes animated, sometimes live action. Sometimes they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like one time, we got Dragon Ball, The Tree of Might. That was the first time I ever saw anything about Dragon Ball. Guess what they played on the next Sunday?
What?
Terminator 2.
That is
so cool. Judgment Day.
You know, for kids.
Yeah.
It was called a morning matinee. Anyway, the day after that, the week after that, they showed the first Power Rangers anything I ever seen, which was the Turbo movie. And as you can imagine, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Who was what? Why is the kid into a big man now? What the fuck is happening? Why are they on a ship? Why are they fighting the slime people? And then after that, we got to see the other Power Rangers movie. What was the one? The one with Ivan Ooze. What was that one called?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. That came out in 1994.
So that one was before Turbo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to see Turbo first. I had no idea what was going on. Then I got to see Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I was even more confused. Why is everybody wearing different colors now? What the fuck is happening? It was great. It was also the first time I got to see CG like used on live action when they recreated those big dumb silver robots. It was really cool. Obviously, it looks a bit outdated for today, but
a bit.
It was fucking dope, man.
That stuff was man. It was amazing.
The stuff was man.
It was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. God dang it.
Oh, man.
Like, seriously, guys? Like, you see, this is the sort of, like, awesome little bits of discussion and conversation that we can bring up just for, like, the cool memories of all this. And what was also neat was that, like, he was the new kid in town, and, like, all the others were like, oh, hey, he's weird. And Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, she was down bad for that Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to pilot that Dragon Sword.
She wanted to play with his flute.
God dang it, guys. Come on. It's a children's show.
I know. But to be fair, though, the Japanese version of the show was a little more fucked up. Like, Rita Repulsa straight up came out, and do you know what her main beef was? It wasn't taking over the world. It was that she fucking hated children.
I remember seeing
and she was going to do whatever it took to kill them all.
Yeah, basically, all children must die because screw you and stuff. I don't get that lady.
Listen, some people got issues. Some people got too many issues. And I don't know what the issues are, but I don't want to name them. It's like, Mark, I don't know what's wrong with your mom, but I don't think I'm strong enough to fuck it out of her.
Good God, man. Good Lord. Yeah. Queen's right. Like, Kimberly was definitely in love with Tommy over here. And yeah, Planet Q's Queen was saying Jason was also in VR Troopers as a lead character, and they had to bring him back because kids were missing school because Tommy wasn't there. That's right. I remember that. I remember that story.
Oh my goodness.
Lord. Yeah, there was a second Super Sentai team that Haim Saban got his hands on, VR Troopers. It didn't last nearly as long, but originally Jason David Frank was going to be the lead hero of that series, but because everyone wanted to see him back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was just, no, give us back Tommy. We want Tommy. It was like, fine, let's bring back Tommy. How the hell are we going to do that? I don't know. Let's make him the White Ranger. What?
Yeah,
we can't pull that off. Listen,
we have
a new bad guy.
I'm going to do it right now.
Like, listen, we have a new bad guy named Lord Zed, who's literally got boiled away skin of doom.
God damn it. Lord Zed was so fucking cool.
Robert Axelrod, may he rest in peace as well.
May he rest in peace. He was fantastic. Even when they kind of, I'm not going to say pussified him, when he made him even more of a comic relief, his sheer presence and the menace he created, you cannot underestimate how badass that guy was.
Yeah.
Rangers.
It was awesome.
Motherfucker, get over here. We got shit to do. Shit. Dragon shit.
No, dude. No.
You know that if you ran that by Tony, he would have. I'm sorry. I can't get over that stupid comedy skit because the sword swings sound like gunshots.
Oh, my Lord.
I can't. It's the stupidest thing, but I gotta put it there.
Shit. Oh, man. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is here.
Oh, hello.
TARDIS, how's it going, guys? I smell geek and maple syrup. I guess.
Thank you.
Where's the maple syrup at?
Well, the maple syrup feels a little bitter right now, but it's still tasty.
No, yeah, it's like, okay, like getting back to the story of Tommy Oliver. Once he was broken free of Rita's spell, he made the conscious choice to join the team. He made the conscious choice because he saw, like, okay, the threat of Rita Repulsa and all these bad guys and all this craziness, they need all the help they can get. And Tommy, in his heart, is a good kid. He's a good person. You know, yeah, he's got issues, but that's like literally nothing over here.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? And
he's a teenager. Of course he has issues.
Well, they were teenagers with attitude, man. Don't you?
He's a teenager that looks like a 20-year-old man that has been lifting weights since he was 5. Hello, my name is Tommy Oliver. I am 12 years old.
Actually, fun fact, he was 20 years old when he joined the show. He was born...
I know. That's exactly what I said.
Like 1993, man, for real. It was literally, he was 19, 20 when he got started. He was a teenager with attitude.
He was, in fact, a teenager with attitude. And also, that was the time that we were introduced to the idea that the Power Rangers were, in fact, they were essentially a pastiche of the original Japanese show, Super Sentai. The show was obviously very different, changed for the standards of American television. But needless to say, the sheer impact that show had upon our lives, it cannot be understated. Power Rangers became crack cocaine to children, and by God, everybody loved that shit.
I mean...
Nobody could stop it.
How can anyone resist? It's legitimately... It's literally like any kid can be a superhero. Any one of these kids can be heroic as long as they stayed true to like being like virtuous, being brave enough to face down what's wrong in the world and facing it head on, and also practicing a shitload of martial arts. And
that's
naturally, every like how many kids in the 90s, as a direct result of the Power Rangers series, wanted and begged and pleaded to sign up for martial arts classes and became martial artists due to the inspiration of the Power Rangers.
You don't even know.
I'll just give you an example. Hi.
Yeah.
I know you can't see his A, but he's probably raising and waving his hand too.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, to put it in simple terms, obviously, it was a very over-the-top show made for children. The martial arts were specifically for show, and the fact that many of the characters, including Mr. Frank himself, did their own stunts certainly added an air of, I can't believe I'm saying this, authenticity to Power Rangers. I know, fucking insane.
Right.
Now, what this means is that, call me crazy, but I believe this means that this is the closest thing we ever had to wuxia for children.
Well, if you think about it, the original Super Sentai series in Japan is pretty much that, isn't it? If you look at it.
Yeah,
more or less.
It was, it's colorful characters with a big, dramatic, over-the-top story, fantastic action set pieces, very impressive for its time, admittedly, special effects, and tales about friendship, drama, betrayal, and kung fu. But for kids.
For kids. Just
kids.
Teach kids hey, these people are here to fight for saving the world and fight for what's right and stuff. And yeah, they have awesome robots and cool costumes and weapons and swords and blasters and dragon jagger flute that you could
dragon shit.
You hear that tune and immediately you better be on the right side of that fight, because if you're not, you need to hide.
You know it's about to go down.
Right? But
oh man.
Isn't that great? At the end of his run as the Green Ranger, he was like, okay, the power of the Green Ranger was sapped away, it was stolen away from him by Lord Zed and by Rita. They stole it away from him, it's gone. He can no longer
they took
be
our shit. Ranger.
That's when they brought him back as the White Ranger, and they said no, he can be still a force for good, and now this time we're gonna do it right, because we know how virtuous and how strong of a person of character Tommy Oliver is, that we're going to trust him not only as this brand new White Ranger, but also that's when he officially took the reins as the leader of the team. Jason took his backseat, and then Jason, Trini, and Zach were swapped out for Rocky, Aisha, and Adam. Our favorites over here, Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Young Bosch. And yeah, I'm never gonna not bring this up. I'm never gonna not bring this up whenever we talk Johnny Young Bosch. Hi, Helen, or Space Sushi. If you guys are watching, Helen, I remember how you had a crush on Johnny Young Bosch when we.
Oh my God, she did. She would shut up about him.
She was.
Well, he's a very handsome fellow.
Not even kidding.
He's a very handsome fellow.
Indeed.
Of course he is. Of course he is. We met him in person, remember?
Yeah, he was cool. He confused me for a bad guy from what's it called, Phoenix Wright. I was just wearing a suit that day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with this. And for the rest of the con, when somebody went, "Are you that guy from Phoenix Wright?" I'm like, "Yes." How do you know?
Lorraine Lamore.
I have no idea who they were talking about. Help.
Oh, Angel! Hey, Lorraine Lamore is in the chat. Hello, Lorraine, and she's actually asking a request from you, Angel. She's asking you to say, "Smiles, everyone, smiles. We want our guests to feel welcome."
Smiles, everyone, smiles. We want our guests to feel welcome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that works.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Angel. But it's literally just that. It's crazy, right? That there's actually story on there, with okay, Tommy's being entrusted with this power. He's being entrusted with this kind of responsibility, and from there you have the original Mighty Morphin team was beaten. Kimberly had to move away. She left the show, and that would be Amy Jo Johnson. And they only ever had only one ever on-screen kiss, even though the two of them were an item in the show, in the series, and that kiss was in the Mighty Morphin movie where they fought Ivan News. Huh. That was the one time. I cannot recall any time in the actual main show in the series before Amy Jo Johnson left that they actually had a smooch.
Wow. It's been some time, hasn't it?
It has been quite some time.
Right? And
Oh, I found it.
You found what, Angel?
What I was trying to get you. The physical copy will take too long, so I'm just going to send you the digital version once we're done here.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot, man.
No problem, man.
It's the craziness on this really does get me in the heart, because from there it becomes an issue of, okay, Tommy's got a little bit of heartbreak. We have a new girl, Catherine Sutherland, the Australian chick, who's also just the sweetest bean. She was the second Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. She was the Pink Zeo Ranger, and then later she became the first Pink Turbo Ranger. And what did they have a kid? Oh, they did, didn't they? No, oh, was that real? You're right, Planet Q Screen. Did they? Snap! Hang on. I'm gonna find the thing. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Ah, here it is. I found it.
You gotta be kidding me. Hang on.
Take your time.
I'm trying to see if I can find it, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, there was. You're right. It was their first. It was Okay, no. So there was more than one kiss. Okay, so they had their first kiss in Mighty Morphin. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. I couldn't remember it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they had a kiss in the main episode, in the main series, and then they had one in the Christmas episode. Mighty Morphin Christmas. Yeah, and then they had one in the movie.
Huh. Well, look at that. Well, obviously the movie's going to have one. You know, it's one of those big moments kind of thing.
Like, it's so adorable and shit, man. Like, how can they not? I mean, like, they were the heartthrobs. Every boy, and girl who was discovering herself. If you didn't have a crush on Amy Jo Johnson at some level or another, I gotta question your humanity just a smidge.
Of course.
Like,
so
come on, guys. I mean, these two.
Yeah.
Just
hey,
my heart.
Nobody can judge. They were hot.
Yes,
they still are in my soul, in my heart.
Ha! I'm dreaming of a White Ranger. Oh yeah. Bulk and Skull gave her a peck on the cheek each from the Christmas episode, and that's where Tommy gave her a kiss as well.
Wait.
That shows what I know. Okay,
so it looks like I'm getting the physical edition, which is taking too long. So in the meantime, I'll send you the digital edition. I wanted to offer you something to you guys. I was planning to save this until the end, but I want to give you something, a beautiful story. As you know, the Power Rangers franchise has comic books. Very well made, very well drawn comic books. So there is a particular one that I really enjoyed because Jason David Frank was the consultant of it. It's called Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Think I did. I don't know. Are you going to send me the link or what?
Yep.
Is it?
I'm going to send you the link. Do not share this to anyone. This is where I read my comics without having to pay more than I should. This comic is described as the Old Man Logan of Power Rangers.
Oh.
And it was released in 2018. The description says, it's been a long time since Tommy Oliver has served as a Power Ranger. He's defeated space witches, brought down evil armies, protected the galaxy. But now Tommy lives protecting the world to Power Rangers as Space Patrol Delta. But when his son goes missing, it's up to Tommy to discover a secret in his past in order to save his future. Now he will call on his training, his friends, and even some of his enemies as he sets out to the most important mission of his life. Find his son and bring him home.
Man.
Damn.
Yep.
Is that what that... Oh, snap. Really? Okay.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but the good part about this book is the fact that Tommy's Master Morpher was damaged during a previous fight. As a result, while he can still morph, he can only go in the reverse order of his previous powers, and he can only hold every morph for a short time. And once it demorphs, he can't use the form again, which means that he must be very careful when and how he uses his power. To the point that somebody comments that he's saving the Zeo power for a truly desperate situation, given how powerful it is. So I'm not going to say anything else, but I'm just going to leave you the link. And when I get my physical copy, I'm going to save that in a very special place. Because this is generally one of the best Power Rangers comics I ever read in my life.
God Almighty. Well, if I'm not showing the whole comic, but I am showing folks the cover of it because I did go ahead and look it up. So yeah, Saban's Power Rangers, Soul of the Dragon. Yeah, I see it, and he even has like the gray beard and the brown jacket. Kind of looked like
Old Man Tommy.
Old Man.
Pretty cool,
Tommy.
ain't it?
Yeah,
Man.
I figured that this would be a proper send-off to the man that gave us so many good memories.
You're right here, Angel. There it is. Special consultant Jason David Frank. My God, man. That shows how much fucking love he had for the character, for the series. Fuck, man.
I already ordered my physical copy, so nobody can say I don't support the industry.
Yeah.
I'm ordering a physical copy, so you all motherfuckers know, and I'm gonna respect that out there. Because while in real life, sadly, his fate was not quite as sweet. In fact, it was quite a bit bitter in this case. We can always remember all the good things that he did for us, all the great memories that we cherish, and all the incredibly heroic deeds that he performed. Let's be honest. That man never cracked. Even when his personal life fell apart, he never failed to put a brave face for his loved ones and his fans. And that is something worthy of respect, even if it unfortunately ended in tragedy.
How many?
So
Angel's got a good point. That's something that speaks to all of the individuals who've passed away, who've left a mark on the entertainment world or anything in our world at all. You want to remember them for everything that they've done.
Yeah, even if his life didn't have quite a happy ending, there is no denying that the sheer amount of happiness that he brought to us cannot be understated.
Also, I want to say thank you to Tam, Shamanistic Unicorn Tam. She went ahead and dropped a $10 tip.
Oh my goodness.
Jar. God, Tam, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Tam. You have my sincerest gratitude for your generosity.
Thank you very much, Tam.
It really does mean a lot to us. We do appreciate that. Thank you. I'm seeing everyone in the chat. Dev End is in the chat. Hi there. She's like, hey, I made a live. Awesome.
Congratulations.
No, it's all right. Yeah, Planet Q. She's not a big fan of the ship of Tommy and Kat because of the breakup of Tommy and Kimberly.
Oof.
It's okay.
The original.
Everyone's allowed to have their taste over here. And yeah, Q is over here saying, I had a crush on Jason David Frank, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Brian Austin Green, LOL, all at the same time. Hell yeah. All right. Those are all 90s heartthrobs.
I'm going to be on the minority. I was the fan of the Tommy and Kat pairing.
I didn't mind it. I saw a bunch of episodes in Spanish, and they were all jumbled in the VHS tape. So I wasn't exactly aware of everybody's personal relationships. But when I got to this country, do you guys remember Jetix?
Yes.
Wasn't
that sort of like the whose version of Fox Kids was that?
Yeah, it was Disney's version of an animation programming. It was pretty good. They had some good stuff. I saw 3 Digimon series and 4 Beyblade animes on that thing. And they got away with putting Power Rangers. And I can say this, the first Power Rangers I ever saw completely from beginning to end was Dino Thunder. I liked the show, I liked the cast, and when I saw Tommy come back, I just go, "Oh my God, it's the cool guy!"
It's the cool guy.
Because I had internet, I could go back and watch the previous work of Tommy Oliver, and I'm like, "Yeah, now I see." It was like retroactive. Why is this guy so cool? Oh, that's why he's so cool.
That's why.
It worked pretty well.
What? That guy was the man.
That guy was the man. Damn it. Death is not, once again, this isn't over. Death is only the beginning. Now you excuse me. I'll see you in hell.
Fuck yes.
That was the thing about it, because it was actually in that episode, in that series in Dino Thunder, after Zeo and Turbo, the Rangers, Tommy had stepped away. Jason David Frank's like, okay, it's time for me to hang up the morpher. It's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to move on. But he had such a love and such a passion for it that when, like you said, when they were making Dino Thunder, okay, we need also, hi there, Vixen, our very first Interflocker. Hello, Vixen, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Also, the Joseph Santos, welcome to the Black Files. There was no real reason for Tommy Oliver to have to return as an actual Ranger. He shouldn't have had to do it. But there was it was literally okay, the Dino Morphers they were powered by what, the Dino Gems, right? It was the red, yellow, and blue Dino Thunder Rangers. And yeah, and you're right. He did do Forever Red. That was the first comeback that he did, and that's when also St. John also came back. All the Red Rangers up to Wild Force came up, and they fought on the moon where there is oxygen apparently, because there were remnants of the Machine Empire trying to dig up Serpentera. You remember any of that, Angel, or do you know any of that at all?
I am
not too familiar with that one. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a crash course, Angel. You ready?
Go ahead.
You're gonna love this. Okay, dig this. Check it out. So, Power Rangers Wild Force. I
remember Wild Force.
Okay, the Red Wild Force Ranger was called away from the others to convene with other former Power Rangers, and it was all being brought together by Tommy. And
the Forever Red event, right?
Yes, the Forever Red.
Ooh, I love that. That was so cool.
Then you know it. You know the episode I'm talking about. Apparently.
Yeah, but Serpentera didn't quite click me then. Sorry.
Okay, Lord Zed. During the Mighty Morphin series, he was so pissed off with the Rangers. He's like, "Screw it! I'm building my own Zord. I'm building my own
ball
with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the Zord." No, it was massive. It was called Serpentera. It made when you put the scale of a regular person to like the Megazord. It's like, okay, it's a little person and like a 50-story tall fucking giant robot. Take that scale and apply it to Serpentera. It's that much bigger. It's like a world ender kind of monstrosity of a robot.
Shit big.
Yeah, shit big, basically. And Serpentera was such a big threat that the Rangers had to disable it and make sure that Zed couldn't use it anymore. But in the Forever Red episode, the reason why he called every Red Ranger together, it was because the remaining generals of the Machine Empire from Power Rangers Zeo decided to dig up Serpentera, which is apparently buried on the far side of the moon. And the idea was like, okay, we need to whip the crap out of these robot guys and all these other repurposed Beetleborg villain-looking suit costume guys in order to keep them from touching this giant fuck-all robot that will destroy the Earth. Even with a fraction of its power. So that's why they all showed up, were able to breathe oxygen on the moon, through a giant red explosion behind them that they didn't look at because cool guys don't look at explosions. And
cool Rangers don't look at explosions.
And
they just pose and then kick your ass.
And they proceeded to unload a world of hurt on the bad guys, saving the day, saving the world, and
they really busted some insane choreography on that one. Like the pyrotechnics budget probably ran out a couple of times.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic over here. And you're right. Thank you for the correction, Planet Q's Queen. The reason why Tommy in Dino Thunder, he had to take the mantle of being a Power Ranger again is because the bad guys there, they got their hands on the Black Dino Gem, and that's gonna be like, if they could get their hands on a Dino Gem or whatever, they could tap into the same power as the Power Rangers, and they could undo them from the inside out. The only problem is, if the gem chooses the Ranger. The gem chooses the user, like the wand chooses the wizard, Harry, kind of thing. But
he would be a Slytherin.
But
shit.
The episode in which he morphs into the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, I think it was that he was in a coma, right?
Yeah.
That he got his ass whipped and that he was in a coma. Like, he would have like a couple of fight scenes left and right, but it's like, no, I'm too old for this stuff. I can't bring this stuff up. I can't do this, but I'm going to help teach these new kids and show them how it's done. But he was the mission control. He was the Zordon this time, but now he had to take up arms one more time. And boy, did we love him for it.
It was great.
The episode in which he did that, give me a minute over here. Dino Thunder. I actually want to see the name of that episode because let me see here. There was man, Man, like the episode itself was when he he was in a coma and he was fighting in order to wake back up, and in his comatose state he fought his former Ranger selves. Like he fought Zeo Ranger 5, he fought the White Ranger, and at the end he was fighting the Green Ranger, and that one had the most baggage for him because that was his dark side. That was his most that was when he was his most evil. That was when he was his most angsty kid, right?
Yep.
Like, but it turned out that he beat them. He passed. He's like, no, you are worthy of this power. You always have been, and it's time for you to take up the mantle again and become a Power Ranger once more. You know, and he did it with pride. He did it in stride. Man, whoops, that's my personal Facebook. I got the wrong page open. My bad, folks.
Oh no, a million porn tabs. Who could have put this here?
No, just my Facebook profile. Because I had the what do you call it stuff, the news articles that we were sharing on my personal Facebook messenger. So this is what I was trying to share.
I feel like I'm a bit out of the loop when it comes to this kind of stuff because the first Power Rangers I saw after Dino Thunder was SPD. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like SPD.
Nothing wrong with
SPD was
that.
the shit.
Nothing. No, SPD was awesome. Holy crap, we got Doggy Kruger, man.
Yeah, Doggy was the shit. And Bridget demands buttery toast. I love the fact that one episode where they go, hey man, Bridget is being kind of weird, but his weirdness helped us solve the case. And then you go back and watch it and you go, he's not being weird. Those are actual those are actual techniques the police use. Bridget is the best cop in the entire force. Think about that for a second. The green guy, the weird-ass guy that needs to wear gloves. Oh, yeah, by the way, get this. So, do you wonder why Bridget always have to wear green gloves in SPD?
Why?
Well, the in-show explanation is that because he has what's it called, tactile kinesis, like he touches something, he can see memories of it.
Tactile kinesis, where he was, you're right, that he had a psychic link to things he touches.
Yep. Well, in reality, the original character didn't have gloves in the Japanese version. In the English, they had to do it because the actor had to hide his tattoos, and they had to spin a whole story around.
Oopsie.
It worked, though. It added a touch of uniqueness to the character. Also, I like how in that show, it was one where, because being a ranger was basically a rank of like a police uniform, you could change from one to the other. So that's why at the end of the series, the red one quits the force so he can go back and, protect his neighborhood because he is for the kids. And the blue one becomes the red one, so Bridge becomes the next blue one. And then in the Forever Red episode, he is the new red one, indicating that the blue one took the position of Commander Doggy.
Commander Doggy Kruger.
It was fucking dope, man.
Deputy Dog.
I gotta go watch. I gotta start watching Power Rangers again. I don't even know what they're doing right now.
My kid would probably know that better. But we'll get to that in another time here. One thing that I wanted to share with folks that I know that people are were all going nuts over was, sadly, like you mentioned, it was the way he passed was well we can get back to that stuff in a little bit because we want to try and share some more of the good times. We want to share some more of the good stuff over here. At the very least, some of the good memories. And one good memory that I want to show folks, and yeah, this is on Facebook. I know, boo hiss, I'm old. But Blake Anthony Foster, who played Justin, the Blue Turbo Ranger. Yeah, the kid with the bowl cut. Who was the kid
that became bigger kid.
Who, I kid you not, he was already like a world rank martial artist at that age. So I wasn't gonna mess with him. No, I don't care how short he is.
He will beat you up and he will take your lunch money.
And he'll look like, and they'll believe him because he was an adorable sweetie pie.
He's so adorable that after he kicks your ass, he'll steal your girlfriend.
Exactly.
To be fair, though, that was some good old wish fulfillment there. When you think about it, I mean, people complain about him, but wouldn't you want to be in his shoes? Come on, you know you want to be that kid that has Tommy or Frank approach you and go, hey, young man, here's the helmet, here's a morpher. Do you want to be a Power Ranger? Come on, don't tell me we didn't go to bed dreaming of something like that.
every single one of us, I don't give a damn, every single one of us at some point or another said like, hey, if I was in the Power Rangers, this would be my color, this would be my animal, this would be my weapon.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to be Zach because he was the best dancer.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, Zach, come on. He dropped fade on everybody.
That boy was running that court all day. He was doing disrespect before the bad guys were doing disrespect.
Exactly. And
damn,
then he would whip your ass. Well, it's also cool was Billy, David Yost. Yeah. Like, he was like the nerdy, like super hyper intelligent dude who was socially awkward and stuff. And like as the series progressed, he got a little more chill, and he traded out the glasses for contacts because David Yost is like, I can live with without doing glasses, right? Because if I'm gonna do more stunts and being a little bit more of a fleshed out character, we can do that. Yeah, sure.
And have these things flying off my face every time I do a roundhouse.
Exactly. Because, like, let's not forget, David Yost, he wasn't just a nerdy dude who threw a lot of techno-babble. He was an excellent actor and an excellent martial artist, too. Every single one of them.
He was dropping ass whoopings just like everyone else.
Exactly. He was dropping ass whoopings, and then he wrote a 900-page-long dissertation that went into MIT on the intricacies of the internal thermodynamics of how badly he burned your ass in that fight, breaking every single element down with the kinesiology.
Right. That sounds like
on the relative speed and momentum force of my foot going up your ass. A thesis.
Exactly. By Dr. Billy Cranston, PhD, MD, MMA, FU, MMPR. More phenomenal. Right, Joe?
That'll do.
Exactly.
Like, the thing that I actually wanted to share from Blake Foster, I showed everyone the photo of him when he was in the Power Rangers Turbo movie at the end when they had their martial arts fight, and Tommy won the fight for their team, and little Justin was held aloft on his shoulders holding the trophy up like, yeah, we won, because you totally did something, kid. You were there as the backup. Isn't it so messed up the way Rocky was written out of the show? Steve Cardenas, that he did a spinning jumping kick, but he jumped so high and he jumped so damn well that he jumped out of the ring and broke his leg.
Oh yeah, no, that did happen. If I recall, it delayed the shooting for a couple of months while he recovered. There is such a thing as doing your job too well, I'm afraid.
No, that was the in-story of the movie version of it, dude.
I know, that's the point. There is such a thing as doing your job too well.
Ow.
Which is actually terrifying when you think about it. Imagine if that kick had actually landed on the other guy.
Right? It'd be like,
that would have, his head would have, Rita Repulsa would have been in her castle on the moon, and the other guy's severed head would have flown right through her window.
Like, yo, buddy, dude, this ain't a putty. This ain't Goldar. Dial it back a bit.
Oh, sorry, did you say go full fucking power? Let me burn off all my meter for a level 3 super.
No, Rocky, dial it back, brother. Just reel it back. And
you know the old saying: when in doubt, double down.
No.
When in doubt, more power.
No,
and more.
Like
more power, Megatron.
I'm actually going to go ahead and share this post here from Blake Foster that he put up 9 hours ago today. People always ask me what it was like being the only Kid Ranger and getting the opportunity to work with Jason David Frank. So I figured I'd share a story that always brings me joy when I think about my big bro. The filming schedule for Power Rangers, as always, was extremely tight. We'd just finished shooting the Turbo movie and went immediately into filming the show. We were at the soundstage in Valencia practicing a fight scene for the series when Jason goes, you know what? Blake, come take a ride with me. The inner fan inside me was thinking, get the fuck out of here, hell yeah! But instead, I said, quite possibly the lamest thing ever. Let me ask my mom. Remember, he's a kid.
To be fair, though,
people.
That is a very prudent response. I mean, even if he jumped in, the parents still have to authorize it. But yeah, no, I mean, shit. If somebody came to me at that age and told me, "Yo, dog, you want to be part of the Power Rangers?" I'd be like,
"No,
I gotta talk to my mom."
No, he was already a Power Ranger. This is while they were filming. And Jace was saying, like, in between stuff, there was like, hey, oh, why don't you come take a ride with me? And that's when he was like, let me ask my mom first. Like, I gotta be lame and then it's that kind of thing. But
it was the 90s because everybody had their sweaters tied on their waists.
Actually, yes, Angel.
That shit was like a fashion statement.
Continuing here with his statement. However, instead of letting me go ask by myself, he came with me and said, Pat, if you don't mind, I want to take Blake somewhere and show him something. When the leader asks, you have to say yes, right? Smiley,
of course.
Emoji. Right. So she agreed. We hopped in his BMW. He put the top down and started to ride. I couldn't believe it. No cast, no crew, no mom. Just me sitting next to the green and white and now my Red Ranger just blasting music and cruising the streets. We parked at the Valencia Mall and he said, hop out. I'm thinking, is this guy going to take me shopping? But as we walked up to the Regal Edwards Theater, he said, take a look. And hanging in front of me, right out front, was a huge copy of our movie poster, all lit up. The first time I'd seen it out in the world with my own two eyes. As I gazed at my face all blown up, I stared at all those shiny helmets. I just stood there in shock. And that's when it hit me. I was a freaking Power Ranger.
Holy shit!
What really made it mind-blowing was that I got to suit up alongside the GOAT, my hero turned big brother. It was truly one of the best, most intimate moments of my life. I always say it was a dream come true, but the truth is, it was beyond even my wildest dreams. And that's largely because of you, Jay. Till we meet again, my friend. West Side!
Damn, that's beautiful, man.
That's amazing.
And there's him sharing this stuff. I can't... let me see here. I can't see what Jason David Frank wrote to him on this autograph over here. Like, to Blake, welcome to the West Side. I know you will do great here. Let me see here. Stay with it. Yeah, I know you'll do great here. Stay with it. And for real, let's see here. Finally, I don't know. You're something from the West Side. Your best pal, something over here, and the one and only Jason David Frank, dude. He autographed to himself. Like, and there's this old photo of little Blake Foster with Jason and Catherine Sutherland over here.
Yeah.
So red, pink, and blue Ranger, like just hanging out, and she's got her arms around him while he's sitting on their lap. Around little Blake Foster, man. He's like, yeah, that's our baby bro. Shoot, and there's that photo again of them, and one of the last messages here on their business chat in their Instagram from from Jason's personal Instagram to Blake. Just two simple words: love ya.
Damn.
Sometimes
there's nothing else to say, is there? Sometimes less is more.
Needed? What more needs to be said, guys? Like that's like, because he knows the sort of coolness and like mind-blowing shock of a kid to get to be a Power Ranger. God almighty, dream come true, and Blake Foster got to live that dream, and now he does MMA just like his big bro, Jason David Frank. Does anyone want to mess with this guy? Who wants to mess with Blake Foster?
Nobody want to fuck with Blake Foster.
No, do not. It is a bad idea. It doesn't matter. It will destroy us.
Do not pursue Blake Foster.
Do not pursue him. He will eat you alive. He's got a kid also, and his kid is also a cool kid. Holy crap. Yeah, like this time last year, Blake Foster was in the middle of getting into his MMA weight. He was dropping weight from 275 down to 203. God almighty, I do not want to mess with this guy. He's that kind of G. God almighty, man. That's what's up. That's the sort of integrity. That's the sort of stuff that being part of the Power Rangers fandom and being part of that family, that exclusive fraternity, and I mean that in the platonic term, not in the gender term, of special people who got to be childhood superheroes, right, guys? Like,
yeah,
exactly.
And like the thing that is that even when Tommy was not meant to ever be a Ranger, that doesn't mean he ever gave up. That doesn't mean that he would ever like give in to any sort of hard shit that gets in that goes their way, because he had every right and every opportunity to walk away. It's no longer his fight. He's not a Ranger anymore, kind of thing. And he was like, okay, it's up to the next crop. It's up to the next crew. I've done my part. I'm not a Ranger. I'm not supposed to be a Power Ranger. But he is. He always was. He always will be. And that's the thing that broke all our hearts, is the fact that when we find out the way he passed away was just terrifying and sort of messed up, man. Because, like we said, we don't know what sort of situation was going on between Jason and his former wife, Tammy. Like I said, they were having, like according to the TMZ article, they were having arguments. They were in the middle of a really hard divorce. Apparently, she was accusing Jason of cheating on her. Of course, there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be fights and stuff. There's going to be issues, and there's no way around that stuff. Sometimes people fall in and out of love. That kind of stuff happens. But imagine for a moment what she must be going through now.
Yeah, there's no way to spin this in any way, shape, or form. It's just been a terrible, horrible tragedy.
Yeah, whatever was said between the two of them, apparently what she had told him was hurtful enough that he couldn't take it any further. And it's not right. And he left. And Jason ended his life on his own hand, and it was heartbreaking. It was frigging earth-shattering to all of us, man. I legitimately, like Jose said, when I met him out in the living room Sunday morning, I just gave Jose like the biggest fucking hug. I don't really like Jose and I don't really hug that much because I know he likes to hug more, but when I hug, I really fucking need it, people. Especially from Jose, because he knows I love him, and so does Angel. You guys are my brothers. I love you both very much. So when I need a fucking hug, I fucking mean that I need it, man. And it was like I was so confused. I was so distressed. I'm like, I don't understand. I was crying my ass off that morning. I was crying into K-Storm's shoulder in the room. It's like, I don't understand it. I don't know why. What happened? And we don't
Every now and then, we get a sobering, painful reminder that the very people that we consider our heroes are just as human and unfortunately just as frail as we are, even more so depending on the circumstance. It's one of those things that really fucking hurts the most when somebody commits suicide. Not just because they died, but because every single aspect of your brain keeps screaming, how could this have possibly been avoided? And sometimes it can't. Sometimes the person will decide to just end it. Even with a perfectly good support network and all the help in the world, there is genuinely no way to truly 100% prevent it. There is no way to control how it goes. It's almost like alcoholism. I cannot speak on personally, as I never myself had those urges, and I sincerely hope none of my loved ones ever experienced such an event. But Jason was an extraordinary man. A man of incredible ability, fantastic charisma, and amazing talent. But ultimately, he was a man, a human, just like you and me and everyone else we know. And he has his own struggle, his own difficulties, both from the outside and the inside. It is truly unfortunate that his demons wandered out in the end. All you can think about is, I wish something had gone different. I wish someone, somewhere, somehow had done or said something to stop this. But the cruelest reality of the matter is that there is not one thing alone that can change the character of a person. It's a combination of factors. Nobody just wakes up in the day and decides to take their own life. This is the kind of thing that builds up over years upon years upon years. And then one thing becomes a trigger, and, well, that's the end of that. And you're left with the pieces wondering, what could you have done to stop it? And I wish I didn't sound like a cynical asshole saying, but sometimes there is nothing you can stop it, except stopping the act itself before it occurs, which sadly didn't happen. We have to remind ourselves that this has been yet another cruel and sobering reminder that we really don't know the struggles that people are for, that we need to cherish and appreciate and always treasure the time that we have with our loved ones. Because either through their hand or someone else's, we never know when they're going to be there the next day. This is going to hurt like a bitch. And even after it scars, it's going to hurt too. But we cannot forget this. We cannot forget the fact that Jason did his best to hang in there. And even though he didn't succeed, the inspiration that he created, the respect and the love that he created from his peers, his friends, and his loved ones, that is something that will never go away either. Painful as it may be, I can only hope that he's in a better place now. I can only hope that right now, after everything that happened, he's at peace.
I'm seeing someone over here in the Twitch chat over here. Kobijin on the chat. Hello there, Kobijin. Welcome to our Twitch stream of the Black Files.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah,
thank you, Kylie. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch here, so we appreciate you joining us on the Twitch stream. He's saying, hi, man, we're all lost, but also found into the Ranger Nation. He left so many things to do, but also managed to do tons. We focus a lot on the why, what ifs, and we never support the now. Live it. Take care of present people. I guess his wife wants to change things. Well, life sucks sometimes. Let's just live it every day as he told us to do it. He built as a strong man in the outside, but not on the inside, and gave us a lot of advice through the years that he was not able to follow up at the end. That is not easy. He was not a coward or weak, but he was tired and alone. He will be a hero forever. Kobijin, right there, man. Yeah. Well, very well said. Very well said. Like, I was legitimately heartbroken, and I was shattered because I would go through my own social streams over the next few days in the last 72 hours here, and so many different folks were putting up the same thing: rest in power, be at peace, Tommy Oliver. You were the best. You always will be, and. Like Angel said, like he was clearly fighting a battle that had been taking its toll on him mentally for years. And it was one that none of us knew about, none of us could understand, none of us could have even guessed it. Like, yeah, we can understand, like, okay, there's going to be situations where you're having a hard time with your family. He had a hard time with his wife. They were going through a rough divorce, and that's his second marriage, and that's really sad, and it's messed up. But for it to get this bad, for it to go this hard, that still doesn't register to me. Like, K-Storm and I, how many different, like, Joe, you know, and Angel, so you guys know, how many different arguments have we had over the years?
Far too many to count.
Enough.
Yeah. Like, we've clearly had plenty, but I never thought that it would have been something this
we would have never expected it from him.
No, man. Like, the
suicide rate in the U.S. right now is between 18.33 to 100,000 people attempting it every year. We want to think that the people that we hold the highest in our minds will never be able to do it, but they're just people, and we are reminded of that aspect in a very harsh way every day, I'm afraid. I want you, when you get the chance to, Juan, to please read that book I sent you. It's genuinely worth it. A good, heartwarming ending, a bittersweet, beautiful tale to old man Tommy, and one that I really had hoped that he had lived to see longer than this.
Seriously, man, it was just earth-shattering to me. Like, first off, Amy Jo Johnson, his on-screen lady friend, she, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, she was absolutely emotional. She was devastated when she went live on Instagram the following day, and she was saying stuff like stuff that was just so painful. She was saying stuff like this: I just came on here because I was feeling really sad, and it's really hitting home today what had happened, and that he's gone. And he was just such a force, such a bright, crazy, wild, funny light, and I just can't even believe it. Those are her words on here. And the fact that she was what she was trying to do was that she was literally just like some of the stuff that they liked was that he liked hearing her sing, because Amy Jo, she's also a songwriter, not just an actress, not just a former gymnast, and now she's a filmmaker herself. But she was a singer, and in between sets and in between breaks and stuff, she would sing and play on her acoustic guitar. And so when she was live on Instagram, she played some songs for him.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's like legit. It's like, look at this. It was like one of the last times that they were together at a convention where she's like with dozens of fans behind them, and she's just like big smile on her face. Jason David Frank, of course, hair slicked back, clean shave, always dressed to the nines like that. Just taking a big group photo with everyone in a panel room at a convention, man. Amy Jo Johnson doesn't do these kind of things. I'll bet you that she would definitely. I think she should probably do more of them moving forward. I think people would like to see that. She was like, Jace, you were beautiful and truly unique. My life just won't be the same without your frenetic, hilarious, caring, driven, and creative ball of energy. I will always love you, dear friend. Please rest now in peace. Walter Jones, the original Black Ranger, Zach, he was like saying it's similar stuff. He's like, it's my heart is so sad to have lost another member of our special family. So it's absolutely maddening. It is absolutely maddening. And I know that, like you were saying, Angel, and I know, Jose, that you guys agree that there's no way we could have seen it. There's no way we could have there's no way that we could have known that this was going to happen. And oh snap, Emily Morse was in the chat. Hi there, Emily, but she had to leave.
Thank you, Miss Emily.
Yeah, she had to leave the chat real quick because like apparently there was a home invasion a block away from where she lives, and she heard screams and sirens. So Emily, hi, bye, love you, thank you for popping in. We appreciate you. Be safe. And Lisa Boo's in the chat also. Hi there, Lisa Boo. I'm sorry I didn't mention you earlier, Emily. Yeah, they're like, oh, Emily was saying that we would fight over who would be the Pink Ranger, and the next best was always was Jason. Always, yeah. Man, that's how we did it, guys. We all did it growing up. And the only thing that I could think is that over the years, Jason David Frank, as the character of Tommy Oliver, helped instill in a whole generation of kids, myself included, my sorry Boricuatoriano ass. I'm too Latino to be cool with the American kids. I'm too American to be cool with the Latino kids. So I was also like an outsider, and Tommy was like originally the outsider of the group, and they adopted him. They brought him in because they knew that he was a good person, and he and the rest of the Power Rangers taught us all that of like always be courageous, always be brave in standing up for what was right, standing up for the truth, standing up for things that for people you care about and your community, and for giving back to others and being selfless in that endeavor. Don't expect any reward. Always, what was the 3 tenets that Zordon told the Rangers? It was never use your powers for personal gain, never escalate a fight unless your enemy forces you to, and never reveal your secret identity to anyone.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
It was like, okay, it's clear that you have immense power. Never abuse that power. It is a gift, and only those who are truly strong and hard and pure of heart in that manner are able to wield it. And always like it's always the don't escalate the fight thing. It's it's clearly martial arts and all that, and everyone's like, oh hey, I want to learn how to beat people up. Like no, martial arts is the forms of defense. It's self-defense and defense of others, never to go out to attack. It's very Jedi, very Bushido. And the whole secret identity thing, what I interpreted that as was that even if you're these fantastical superheroes, fame, recognition, adulation, accolades, that should be the farthest thing from your mind. You're doing it as a service to others. And so keeping your identity a secret, not just to protect your family and not just protect your loved ones and protect yourself, but also to show that like anyone can be a ranger. What was one of the things that was said at the end of Power Rangers in Space when Astronema's armies was going down on Earth? Everyone, including Bulk and Skull of all people, was like, you know what? I'm the Red Ranger. You got me. Come and take me. And even Skull's like, yeah. And you know what? I'm the Blue Power Ranger. Come on, you want to take us all on? We'll take you. We don't. And the whole people of Earth were standing up to defend the Power Rangers when they couldn't tap into their powers, right?
Yeah.
And that's like anyone can be a hero. Anyone can be courageous, and anyone can be brave in light of adversity. And that was the stuff that the Power Rangers taught us, or at least that's what they taught me. Hi there, Gene Rick, catching us right in between on your last break. Excellent, Gene. I'm glad to see that. And the way that Jason passed, it was absolutely terrifying to me because he gave so much of that courage to everyone else, but kept none of it for himself in that last moment. And it was in that moment that the only thing that I could think of saying was that I'm sorry we couldn't save you because you saved all of us. And I'm so sorry that we couldn't help you the same way that you helped us growing up. And thank you so much for the memories, for the principles you instilled in us. And thank you, and like Amy and Blake and Walter and Austin, David, every one of them said thank you, and we hope that you're at peace now. And and I actually got to meet Jason David Frank back in 2020, Central Florida Comic-Con. It was the first, last, and only time that I ever got to meet him. I introduced our kid, K-Storm Eyes' child, to Jason. And Jason was he was just the coolest guy. And our kid went to shake his hand and like, oh snap, that's so cool. It's great to meet you. And I was like, our kid was a little bit more standoffish because, hey, meeting a stranger, but also, hey, cool, it's a Power Ranger. I'm going to be polite on my best behavior. And I was much more over the moon over all of it, and that was that's something that I'm going to treasure for my life. And I'm so sorry, Jason. I'm so sorry that we couldn't help you. You lent us your strength and we couldn't lend it back. Jose, God damn it. What are you doing here, Jose? Thank you. Jose, you can go back. You're all right. You're sure? Because you didn't have to step out here, okay? It's okay, Jose. Thank you.
Difficult as his time may be, at the very least, he left us, as you said, plenty of lessons that we can live by. Everybody out there has their own struggle and their own fights, and though he, unfortunately, could not win his, I like to think that the legacy he left behind will help us win ours in the future. So, in the eve of Thanksgiving, I would like to ask our beloved listeners to take the time to truly appreciate the time they have with their families, to always be there for them, and to not be afraid to air out their problems to be listened to, difficult as it may be. Nobody knows the struggle other people are going through, so it never helps to open up oneself and help out. The circumstances that he dealt with and the difficulties in his life that drove him to this tragic end, well, I don't think anybody of us could have helped him with that kind of thing. But at the very least, we can take our own strength and share it among our loved ones and do our best to make sure that this tragedy doesn't repeat itself among the things and the loved ones that we know. This year went pretty well until the end that we got hit with all this bullshit and tragedy, and hopefully we won't have to deal with anything further beyond that point. But if I may, I would like to ask us to take a moment of silence, a moment in remembrance of the wonderful Jason David Frank, all the incredible things he accomplished, the beautiful legacy he left behind, and in memoriam of all the many people whose hearts he touched with his amazing work.
I agree. Let's all right now take a moment of silence for Jason David Frank. Jason, we miss you, pal.
We miss you. We will miss you always. Thank you very much. And may the power protect you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you for sticking with us through this difficult time.
Thank you.
Regretfully, this is the part that I must take my leave. Though I do have Thanksgiving tomorrow, I had to wake up early to do a bunch of arrangements and clean up all shit in the meantime. So this is as far as I can stay for the day of today.
Of course, man. We'll see you Saturday on this week's edition of the Ravens Flock, right? We got no Los
That
Amigos
is
play this
correct.
week.
I have to work a little later than usual, so no Los Amigos play this Saturday, but I will be there at 7:30 over Zoom to join us and to discuss, hopefully, more positive news than the hell that we had to endure for the last two. And until then, I must ask you to please read that book. It will lift those spirits up, and no matter what happens, remember, he was there for us. In memoriam, we can still be there for him. Gentlemen, it has, as usual, been an honor and a pleasure to be with you today.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you being on.
You take good care. And
you
don't
take
give
care,
up.
man, and happy Thanksgiving. Go fill your
Happy
food,
Thanksgiving,
fill your
brother.
stomach with
We love
yummy
you.
food.
I love you very much, Angel. And I'll see you on Saturday, okay?
I love you too, brother. Don't ever forget, you will lose the fight every day of your life. But as long as you can get up in the morning the next day, you can keep fighting. So do me a favor. For what little is worth, don't ever, ever give up.
It have to kill me before it could beat me. All right, have a good night, man. That was Angel Mendez. That was the Living It of the Ravens Flock. The It is also not just a source of absolute raging narcissism, like I like to accuse Angel of hysterically, but
Yeah.
also a source of great passion. And clearly, Angel cares a lot, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Also, real quick, Jean Rick, she went ahead and dropped a $20 super chat, 1999, saying happy holidays to the Ravens flock. Thank you, Jean Rick.
Thank you very much, Jean Rick. We appreciate it a lot. We really do.
And Lorraine said that was very sweet and sad, and Earl said, and Jean Rick's offering hugs. Thank you. And yeah, Planet Q is saying the way that we can look at it is that he's with Twee Trang now, and Jason David Frank is also now with his brothers. With his older brother. You remember he had his older brother show up in that episode of Power Rangers Zero, right?
Yes.
The whole thing of the arrowhead.
Yes.
That was his brother there, Joe. And Tam, she was saying, this is what is sad for me. He's one of my peers, being the same age as me. I was, quote unquote, too old to get into them, but I always checked it out. Yeah, see, that was the thing. Like, Power Rangers is universal, man. It doesn't matter what age you are. Yeah, it's geared towards children, but anyone can take the lessons of the Power Rangers and take it to heart and enjoy the show, even if it is too colorful and wacky and silly, right?
Exactly.
Man. It's something that freaking.
I agree. And you know what? If you want a better example of that, I fell out of Power Rangers for a while until 2015 and 2016 when I actually sat down and binge watched all the Power Ranger series with JC, the Niblet, with Juan's child.
Yeah,
it was
names away. No, yeah, but yeah, our kid.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay. Real quick,
that really rekindled my love for the Power Ranger series.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It really was awesome. I'm double checking the Twitch chat one more time. Kobe Jean is saying that I'm writing from Colombia. I had the chance to meet Jason David Frank back in 2018 and pass that torch to my stepdaughter, and this will live forever no matter what. We all need to talk about this and stay safe. I will start to follow you. Hope we can talk again. Time to sleep, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you, Kobe Jean. Se lo agradecemos mucho.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Yes. It was awesome. That's awesome. You know, I figured it was only a matter of time before we have someone in our audience from South America.
Right. I figure we're Hispanic. I mean, come on. What the heck? Why aren't there more Hispanic nerds checking us out? Bueno, Cobellín, bienvenidos al rebaño del cuervo. Se lo agradecemos. Y esperamos que puedas disfrutar los restos de nuestros shows. Somos un trío de locos hispanos y americanos que les gusta hablar de ese tipo de sujetos aquí en nuestro show. Y estamos aquí con 4 programas, 3 días a la semana. Y agradecemos que nos vean en Twitch y también en YouTube.
Very well said. You see, I'm glad that you and Angel are with me on this channel, man, because, man, talking in fluent Spanish, that is my disadvantage.
It's okay. I literally just had to Google Translate how to say the Ravens block in Spanish because because that's not how the grammatically it's incorrect because it's the flock of a raven's flock.
Yeah, no, of course. Kind of but that being said, my friend, if you're still watching us through the Twitch stream, yeah, if you have any friends or family that also like nerd stuff like we do, tell them about us as well.
Indeed. We appreciate that, Kobe Jean. Thank you for joining us here. And we appreciate everyone who joins us on this. We really do appreciate the support from all you guys. I want to go ahead. I know that you're probably going to want to knock out Jose because, we got a big day ahead, and I know how exhausting work can be. Did you want to be in here when I open up the line for folks, or...
You know what? I'll stick around a little longer. That's fine.
Well, folks, you're in for a treat. I am going ahead and I'm opening up the Zoom line for anyone who wants to jump in. Just so you know, I'm going to give you guys at most 5 minutes or so to speak your piece. So you could talk about Jason David Frank. You could be on camera if you want. You could be audio only if you want. And if you wish to join us, you're free to do so. But I want to keep it like 5 minutes or so that folks can get to pipe up, okay? Give me a minute. I'm going ahead and I dropped the link on the YouTube chat, and if there's anyone watching on the Twitch chat, just dropped it there too. So I'll keep the lines open. You could be on camera, you could be on video, you could be audio only if you're more comfortable with that. But if you wanted to say anything that you liked about Jason David Frank, about the legendary Power Ranger himself, or anything that you want to tell us about our channel or what else you like. But you guys want to say anything, you're welcome to join in, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pin this for a little bit. I'll unpin it when it's time to start wrapping up. And I appreciate every single one of y'all who have been joining us here. Planet Q's Queen says, I fell out of Power Rangers when Amy Jo left, but then started back up with Dino Thunder in 2004 when I saw Jason back in the show. Yeah. That's freaking cool. We stayed through until partway of Lost Galaxy. Then we started getting lost in it all. Like without Zordon, it felt a little odd to have to not have that central good guy figure to help guide the way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. Man, oh man, oh man. It's just like, this is something that I really was like, we have to talk about it, but man, it sucks that we have to talk about it on the night before Thanksgiving. Like, man, that's gonna be.
It's just timing. It's just how it is. There's no avoiding it, unfortunately.
No, I know.
It can't be helped. But yeah, folks, don't be shy. Anyone who wants to jump into the Zoom link, I went ahead and put the link here. Just keep it chill. I'm setting up a little timer already here for folks to take turns. Amy, if you're still out there, I want to say hi to you if you want to jump in, or Tam Tam or anyone else. You guys are more than welcome to jump in. In any case, I really do appreciate everyone who was here, and I was saying it on my Facebook page, on my own personal page. I was saying this, that like I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna go live tonight because I was devastated, and I'm still devastated. I still don't understand. But it's not for me to understand. It's not for us to get it, you know? The only thing we can do at this point is pick up the pieces and pass on what he taught us, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, it's part of us remembering Jason David Frank. Not just remember his contributions, everything that he's done for everyone. So yeah,
and it wasn't just like setting up cool martial arts stuff. It wasn't just that. It was also the fact that that character showed us that anyone, like really anyone, can join and be part of a special team. I'm actually going to go ahead and send something over here real quick. Not to you, Jose.
You're fine.
Let me see here. Yeah, and I just figured that anyone who wanted to say anything on the show itself, rather than being in the chats, they can do so this way. Yeah, Tam saying that she's still in shock too. Without most of the OGs, it didn't feel like the show that we grew to love. Said Planet Q's Queen. All right, and Emily came back and she said, just an update, there was a shooting at this home invasion, and the vehicle to watch out for because they got away was outside my apartment building, so I had to let them know. Holy crap. Oh, man, that's crazy. Emily, please stay safe, okay?
Yeah.
Also,
please.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce into our program Lorraine Lamour. Lorraine, can you hear us?
Can I hear you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear us? There you are.
Yeah, I can. I'm a little confused.
Well,
You're in two places at once. You're bilocating. It's amazing.
well, I would say if you're watching us on a
There
on
you
YouTube, go ahead and turn that down. That way you could just focus on the little webcam that I've got over here.
Yeah.
Hi there, Lorraine.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
After, in a few days, I want to message you with some feedback, but I just, today's not the day and tomorrow's a holiday, so
Yeah,
feedback about the show and all that.
Yeah, no, not a problem. We appreciate any sort of input from all of our viewers. We like to hear what you guys have to say, and we like to hear anything that you've got available on here. We are more than happy to listen in. As far as tonight's show regarding Jason David Frank and his passing, is there anything special that you'd like to say, or anything in particular?
Well, what did I hit? Did I hit the wrong button? Okay, there you go. I'm not used to this.
Okay.
I didn't see the beginning of your show tonight because I was listening to Tug. But and I have not watched this show. I did put in the chat. I happened to meet the actor who was the original Yellow Ranger, and it was at like a business office setting, and he was trying to convince people. He was trying to encourage people that you can do more than you think you can. And he demonstrated because he had a man hold up a folder over his head. And he said, "Do you think I can kick this?" And people were like, "No." He says, "How about here?" And he moves it higher. And we're like, "I don't know." And he did it. He did a roundhouse kick and pow, hit that thing right square on it. And it was, so high up. So I'll never forget that. And he even said that, the show was like or maybe I heard this elsewhere. The show was a non-union show. So at one point they replaced the actors. I think the actors wanted more money because it was a success, and they just replaced them. Or the ones who actually did the fighting. So sometimes the actor you see is not the one doing the fighting because he had to have the talent to do that. But that's my own connection with that. But I will tell you that I'll give you a couple experiences of after my mom passed away, pennies would show up out of nowhere. And that happened several times. And then after my dad passed away, there were 2 pennies for a little while that would just show up, or they would just appear in my path. And I took it as a sign to just keep going and recognize that this is only one side of it. This life on earth is only one little chapter, and we're all eternal already. So it's hard to remember that sometimes because we're here on earth living as humans, etc. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of things we're not going to know, or it's not for us to know. All we can do is, like you've maybe done, is decide to take action and reach out and be available to people and, let them know that. And also as people, we can decide that when we're struggling with something, we can find someone to talk to, and it may be a friend or it may be a counselor. And it's perfectly, most people could use talking to one, even if they don't think that they need to. Because there's always something that we deal with that we may put up with thinking we have to endure it. And there's actually a better solution on how to work your way through things. So that's really all I have to offer. But, I don't know if it helps, but usually when I tell people about the pennies showing up, they're like surprised. And, I was too when they would happen. And it actually happened like a few months ago. I went to a local store to buy some, groceries and lottery tickets. And I walk up to the little counter, get my ticket. I'm filling it out. I just take out a pen and I'm filling it out. Then as I look, wow, there's a penny on the counter that wasn't there when I walked up. and I didn't like take anything out of my pocket. So I was like, "Hey, Key, thanks, Mom." Yeah. So that's really all I've got. I don't know if it helps.
It does. It does help. Like, I guess we all want to believe that there's something that those who have left us are looking out for us in some way or another. Um,
Yeah.
so that definitely does help. And yeah, like it's a common trait that the majority of the former Power Rangers actors, that they stick around, not to try to get cameos or make themselves famous, but to help like spread the good word of being a ranger, of being determined, of being like fearless and perseverance, kind of thing. So I guess like it's not just isolated to Jason. David Frank himself, almost every Power Ranger actor or actress had done it, had been doing it over the years. So yeah, no, your story about that one Yellow Ranger. I don't think that he was the first Yellow Ranger, because the first Yellow Ranger, she was Thuy Trang.
The woman.
She was playing Trini. So I'm not sure which Power Ranger that you had visit you at your job. Do you remember his name at all?
No, and this was years ago, and he was probably Korean. It was an office that had a lot of Korean people. That was like a networking type of business. I don't remember his name, and I thought he was said Yellow, but maybe remembering that part wrong.
And it's okay. Yeah, there's
That's
nothing.
all right. I can offer to do a quick Google search and look that up, because I remember there have been some male yellow Power Rangers in the past.
Oh yeah,
No,
absolutely there were.
yeah, he was about, I would say, like 5'6" to 5'8", kind of a like thin to medium frame, just typical guy. He wasn't. That's what I remember. But man, he really did that. He did that high kick, and everyone was impressed.
Holy cow! Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, you can still, even when people have passed on, you can still talk to them. They can still hear you. Although I don't know, I've heard we go through a life review after we move on, and so sometimes they're not quite ready to connect with anyone else. But I still talk to people that are up there.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
I
please,
gotcha.
you can still say what you want to say, and I think it's healthy to say whatever you want.
Yeah, it is healthy. It is definitely healthy to try and like get that sort of closure. So
Yeah, and
I totally understand you there. Lorraine, I appreciate you coming on here with us, and thank you so much for joining us on our chats every time you can. We appreciate you a lot. We appreciate everyone who joins in here. Thank you so much for that. And if it's
no
okay with you,
problem.
I'll go ahead and I'll leave
Let
you out.
someone else talk. Yeah, thanks. Have a great, in spite of it all,
Yeah,
have a
I.
good
Oh, by the way,
holiday.
before you bounce, actually, Lorraine, I
Did you
think
find it?
you may have met the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. I think.
Is that his name?
No,
No,
he's talking about which Power Ranger actor. Like I'm actually
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at no, he's I think his name his the actor's name is Glenn McMillan,
yeah.
and he's
Wow.
actually Brazilian.
I have a feeling I met the someone else. Well, let me look. I'm looking up on Power Rangers. Oh no, definitely not that guy. This was an Asian guy.
Yeah. Okay.
This,
Yeah.
yeah, this guy. This guy would call.
Okay, by any chance?
This is a joke. It was an Asian guy, and he said he was like when they first started the show, and it was non-union, and
Uh huh.
so he was pushed out with the other actors when they wanted to get paid better.
Okay.
That's what he told me.
See, that was in the first three who left from that. That was Austin St. John. He was the Red Ranger. Then there was Walter Jones. He was the Black Ranger. And Thuy Trang, she was the Yellow Ranger, but she'd passed away in 2001. I don't know when this happened, but if you're talking about like an Asian gentlemen,
Yeah.
it's probably was Johnny Young Bosch. I'm actually gonna do a screen share with you very quickly. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Because I want to pull it up and see if I can show you properly here. Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah. And I see, it sounded like he was saying that the people who did the action sequences, you would never really see them on camera. They had actors doing the talking. Then when it came to the fighting sequences, they were there in their costumes, so you couldn't see their face. So there may not even be photos of them.
Okay, so it's possible that you're talking about like the stunt actor from.
Yeah, that could be who it was.
Like Lorraine, I don't know if you're able to see your screen where you're talking to us from, but
yeah,
this is Johnny Young Bosch that I'm showing you here. Is this the person that you saw, that you met?
I'm trying to get back to my Zoom. What am I doing? Oh, kind of, but it doesn't look exactly like him. But then again, it was a long time ago. He was thinner.
All right. Well, might have been. Hang on. Might have been.
Could have been. It could have been.
He was younger.
Yeah, it could have been. I just remember him.
It's okay.
Being kind of slender, and that looks like it could be him. But I don't want to keep you from talking to their next.
That's okay. I figured we would try and double check because like we're trying to sleuth over here. But meeting Johnny Young Bosch is definitely a badass. That was so cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll leave you to it. Lorraine, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Okay, please enjoy your holidays, and I'm sure this gentleman would want you to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I hope you have a good
no
night.
problem. Thank you. You too.
All right, take care. So that was cool. Lorraine Lamour in the show, Jose. That was nice.
That was really good. That was really awesome.
Do we have any other takers? Anyone else want to try to jump in? All right, because we're gonna go ahead and wrap up over here if it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You know what? I'm leaving because they're all like, "We're sleepy. We're going to bed."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out myself, Juancho. What are you saying?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, it sounded like you were like whispering or something. Okay.
No, you're probably hearing K-Storm starting to work up a mess in the kitchen. Oh, hey, we got Tam Tam is gonna jump in. So
yeah, I'll stick around for Tam Tam. That's fine.
All right. So Shamanistic Unicorn Tam is going to be joining us in the chat here in the show very briefly here. I'm waiting for them to connect their audio.
Hello.
Hi there, Tam.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I just wanted to reach out to you guys. You know what's crazy is I'm about to turn 49 in February, and I'm twice divorced, and I have 8 brothers and sisters, 3-step, and 3 sets of parents, this and that. A huge family. But I am so alone. You wouldn't believe how alone I am. But I'm not alone because of you guys. And I want you guys to know that even though maybe you didn't reach that person, you are reaching people. And don't be so down, okay? It's hard, and it's hard for us to see this, and it's going to happen, and we got to stay strong. We got to stay together, and we got to just keep reaching and spreading and being compassionate and loving. That's all we can do. You know?
Yeah.
That's all we can do. Everything we do affects everything. Just remember that. And I've had to really work through all of those things. But it's made me like such a more loving. I'm okay, even though, you know. So it's like there's hope out there. You do a lot for me. I donate to you guys. You're the only ones I donate to, because I can't afford to donate to everybody. I choose who. Really, you guys are awesome, and I just want you to know that. So please don't be so down.
No, it's
Okay, and that just know you are reaching people.
well, it's not just that. It's like it's that thing of like we couldn't have possibly seen that this was going to happen, and like that was like the thing that was running through my head while the information of the circumstances of Jason's passing was coming out. It's like he gave everyone growing up who watched the show.
When he came out, like I couldn't get into it because I had to be the older. I started working when I was 12 years old, making paychecks. It was before the child labor law changed. So I was actually made a paycheck at 12 years old. But like he came out, and when I was in the 90s, then later, and I worked and had this really rough childhood, but then I seen them come out. I wanted to get into them. I was too old to get into them at that point. I was like an adult early. So when I saw that come out, it was like it really it softened my heart and really gave me hope for the generations, because I know how rough the world can be. And like just seeing that come out, the message was so awesome that it just like it was inspiring as an older person, as a older teen, looking at my 20s, it was like, so they reach a lot of people, like you said, Jose. They're universally reach people. It's like the message was so cool. It was so cool to see that come out for the kids. I was so happy for that.
Yeah, I agree. And thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, totally, man. It was so cool to see that come out. That's why I was like always peeking in on it. I was like, that is so cool, wicked, awesome. All right, guys. It was like really cool to see that.
Yeah, it really
anyway,
was.
Just wanted to say that. So I didn't want to check in, and I'm under the weather, but I'm 95%. I'm good, but I'm not feeling cute, so I didn't do any videos. Sorry.
You're okay.
No, you're totally fine. You're okay,
guys.
We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. And like it really was like for me, that was the overriding sentiment that I had throughout the entire time was was me personally thinking, I'm sorry we couldn't save you, Jason, the way you saved so many of us.
It's like you
on TV,
and it pushes me because I want to do my
role model.
I want to do, like, I'm right behind you guys. I'm going to do my channel too. And it's all about a lot of healing. And it's like really hits me hard seeing somebody so like, it's like one of my peers, and I'm like with the great message, and it's just like, and that's what I want to bring. And so I just got to this is motivating me to really get my videos going too. So
Well, we appreciate that, Tam. I'm glad that we were able to help in some way, shape, or form.
You guys are awesome.
Well,
Thanks for everything.
I mean, for crying out loud, Jose's definitely riding my butt every week. Like, we need to be more awesome, Juan. Like, how
you're
can we
cool. I just wanted you guys to scissors, and then I was like, it'll be cool. Just scissors. Your scissors thing that I didn't get at first, but I get it now.
It's just
a very cool thing, and I was just like, just scissors, guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So
appreciate that. If we were doing Wrestle Rewind tomorrow night, which we're not, we definitely would be Thanksgiving scissoring.
Exactly. Keep it going. Anyways, there's turkey wrestling, right?
Yeah. Actually, no. We're getting the turkey ready to go down. It's getting it's an inferno match. We're gonna burn that thing alive.
Yeah.
Hold on, K-Storm's running in.
It's gonna be a battle.
But first, we have to soak it in the saltiest of salt waters.
Look, I don't envy you right now because I had to do 3 turkeys. I don't have to do any turkey. I got Italian this year for me.
Nice.
So you guys enjoy. Tonight. I don't miss it this year, but you enjoy it. Yeah.
I'm doing the turkey tonight, and I'm doing the pumpkin pie tonight.
It's my favorite. Pumpkin
because
pie
everything
is my
else needs
favorite
to be served hot.
It's my favorite pie. I'm really jealous now.
Well, we're making
now I'm bummed.
We're making it sugar-free and lactose-free.
And I bet it's gonna be delicious.
It is.
So I'm still jealous.
We'll eat a slice for you.
Eat one for me, Juancho. Thank you.
K-Storm's the one doing the hard work.
Both eat one extra.
Juan, we can't hear you on the mic.
I was saying
I'm the one doing all the hard work right now, is what he was saying.
Yeah,
K-Storm gets a second slice on me. Yeah.
Okay. Will do.
She gets mine.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you, K-Storm.
All right, and thank you for joining us here, Tam. We appreciate that a lot. And thank you for helping us keep our head up here. We appreciate that, and
No,
we're
you
glad that
guys
we
are
were able
cool.
to give you something to look forward to every week, and being a part of this crew, being a part of this little vestigial offshoot of the Popcorn Planet family. But we appreciate that a lot.
No, we're all like, hey, we're all in it together. It's one world, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All
All
right,
boats rise.
exactly. So
All right.
you
Take it
go ahead.
easy,
Happy
guys.
Thanksgiving, and you have yourself a good night.
Happy
Okay.
Thanksgiving there again,
Thank you.
Quinn
Have a
Cam.
happy one. Everyone be safe.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Of course, of course.
Thank you, too.
Bye.
All right, and
That was really nice, and and you know what? I agree with her. I agree with every word that she gave us in terms of advice.
yeah, like we got to keep our heads up that we are reaching people, and we are making an impact. It's not a gigantic splash, but enough ripples will turn the waves, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You throw a pebble into the rock, you get ripples, and the ripples will cross the entire pond, as said by the late great Bruce Lee.
Yep. Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, that being said, I will go ahead and bow out since we're nearing the end of the program. But yes, a couple of announcements. Yes, much like Los Amigos Play, there will not be an edition for Wrestle Rewind this week for reasons of gobble gobble. Wait, no, I'm doing it wrong. Hang on. For reasons of
You dork.
yes, I know. But if you folks want to tune in for Wrestle Rewind next Thursday, I'll throw in a special treat for you guys. I will be, along with my weekly reviews of WWE NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, I'll also discuss the main event for this year's WWE Survivor Series, War Games. Yes!
Nice.
The match concept that started all the way as far back as the early years of WCW and has finally made its way into like mainstream WWE pay-per-view events. And Survivor Series, you know what? It's perfect. It's perfect for Survivor Series.
Yep, it does make actual sense for Survivor Series, so we appreciate that, and that's gonna be fun.
It is going to be fun. It's going to be great. One of the Survivor Series matches that I will be covering is the Bloodline. Roman spearhead the entire faction of the Bloodline, spearheaded by the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, will take on the Brawling Brutes, the entire team of the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Holland, Butch, along with Drew McIntyre and the returning former WWE Universal Champion Kevin Owens, who returned on SmackDown last week to a huge crowd reaction.
It was redonkulous, and I was here for it, and I appreciate, and it was going to be fun. Can't wait to see the end results of the Survivor Series War Games, and of course, we are going to be having our regular program, The Ravens Flock, tomorrow. Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Right?
Absolutely. That will not change. We will come hell or high water or turkey coma. We will have our main program this Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Lorraine on the chat, she was saying, like, I bake Cornish hens. Takes an hour, 15 minutes. You eat it, you're done. No leftovers. And she was hollering peace games instead of war games. Ha.
I mean, we could just, if you want to get real old school with wrestling terminology, we could call it the match beyond.
What the heck, the match beyond?
That was another term they had for war games back in the old days.
Oh Lord, it's so weird.
Yeah, I know. It's ancient. It's very ancient. But I digress. That being said, no, we will have our main show, The Ravens Flock, this Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Join us, the motley crew of nerds, as we gather Saturday night to discuss with you the news that circulates in the world of nerd and geek culture. Every week, there's always something new to talk about, and the three of us will be here to discuss with each and every one of you.
Exactly. Yep. Thank you for that, Jose. Thank you so much for joining us here, Joe. Thank you for trying to come over and hug. I appreciate that, brother. And you go ahead and you hit the hay. We've got a big day tomorrow. You have a good
Absolutely,
night, okay?
folks. Have a good night, guys, and happy Thanksgiving. And make sure you guys eat well and spend as much time as you can with all of your loved ones. Remember that we're all human beings.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for that, Jose. You have a good night, all right?
Good night.
All right. That was Jose Casabona, folks. That was the head of the Ravens flock, who we literally live together, so it's not as if it's the end of the world if I don't have him on. And Planet Q's Queen is asking, I want to know who the 5th member of Bianca's team is in the women's War Games match. Yeah, who the hell is it going to be? I have no clue. We'll find out. We'll find out soon. Let me see here. Oh, snap, it's happening Saturday. Oh, so they're going to announce it on SmackDown then. That's the only explanation. They'll announce who the last person is, either on SmackDown or she'll show up on the night of the show. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be they're going to take out Mia Yim, and it's going to be what's her face? Sasha Banks and Naomi returning. That would be a big pop. But that's just a theory. Don't take my word for it. So, yeah. As far as this goes, as far as this entire tale, the tragic end of Jason David Frank is concerned, I'm still at a loss. It's going to be a long time before it actually sets in properly. But as far as I'm concerned, he's not really gone. He just moved. He moved in here, and he'll always be in here with all of us. And as long as we remember him, and as long as we pass on the virtues that he instilled in us, both as a man and as a character of Tommy, then he is never truly gone. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. I have not made any sort of genuine effort to hide the fact that I've got brain problems too. I've got trouble in my head. I get into my own head too sometimes, and it can be bad. It can be unpleasant. But you keep fighting. You keep going forward. Like Angel said, you can lose the battle every single day of your life, but as long as you make the effort to wake back up every following morning, the battle's never truly over, and you've never really truly lost. And so, Jason, thank you for saving us all. Thank you for protecting us all and teaching us all. You were an excellent sensei. You were an excellent teacher. You were an excellent role model. And we miss you. The world is a little dimmer without you now. But hopefully Twee is taking care of you. Hopefully your brother is taking care of you now. And hopefully you're finally at peace. And we appreciate everything that you've done for us. We miss you, sir. We miss you, Tommy. We miss you, Jason. David Frank. May the power protect you always. With that said and done, folks, that's going to wrap us up. I want to wish every single one of y'all a very happy Thanksgiving. For any one of you who have friends or family, or even if you don't think you have anyone in your life, there's always someone you can reach out to. I'm going to unpin that one thing that I added. I'm going to go ahead and repin this. I'm gonna share this one more time. The suicide prevention hotline number. I'm pinning that. That's more important right now. And I hope to every single one of you guys that you'll understand there's always someone to talk to. There's always someone who will be there for you. And we appreciate every single one of you for joining us.
And those of you who have friends who you haven't heard from in a while, or who you're just worried about, reach out to them, because one of the things that most people don't think about when they think of depression is it stops your ability to reach out. because in your head, they're better off without you putting their problems on them. So if you have someone that you know has been struggling, reach out. You might be the difference.
Thank you, honey.
Speaking as someone who fights chronic depression myself.
Ditto here. So I want to thank every single one of y'all for joining us tonight on the uncensored interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by Juan Arauz, as we delve into the less savory side of the world of entertainment and cut to the heart of the matter so that we can hopefully shed some truth and shed some light into the world. Tune in as we grant you access live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. And if you wanted to go above and beyond, click the join button and become an inner flocker for only $9.95. Only $4.99 a month. $9.95. Yeah, right. Until next time, folks, we appreciate every single one of you for being here, and we invite you all to continue, as always, to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle, Rewind, and the Ravens Flock. For Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and K-Storm, I am Juan Arauz. This has been the Black Files, and we are out. We miss you, cheers.